Hi, Reverend Al here, from my home to yours, hoping your day is beginning well. The candle that we have lit behind me is there just to remind us to own our feelings and that it's okay to do that. With that theme, I want to ask you, in this moment, how do you feel? Yeah, I'm kind of asking you to take inventory. Just take a moment to breathe in and think about yourself. How am I feeling in this moment? The reason I ask that is because there's a lot going on in our country this moment. Those of you who follow the news have heard undoubtedly about the murder by a police officer of a black man, citizen in Minneapolis. The country is across the board upset, rioting, concerned. Many of us are concerned about COVID 19 and our return to pre COVID 19 quote unquote normalcy. And then there's this day to day stuff, like what I experienced just yesterday afternoon. I was waiting in line at Lowe's and I noticed that I was the only person wearing a mask for as far as I could see down this long line. And I began to feel anger and frustration because my son is one of those essential workers that could be exposed because of what I consider someone's lackadaisical treatment and taking care of themselves to protect others by wearing a mask. So I found myself getting angry and frustrated and realizing, I got a lot of feelings I need to address and look at. So that really got me thinking about how we respond to our world around us through our emotions. All the major world's religious leaders have talked about owning our feelings and being present with them. Jesus himself, we find multiple stories in the Christian New Testament of where Jesus was angry, where he laughed, where he wept. We've been given the gift of our emotions to help us find our way through a difficult maze. I've often discovered many times in doing memorial services and journeying with people who are in crisis that following tears, oftentimes we find laughter. My 50th high school reunion is just a few days away. Well, I want to change that. My 50th anniversary of graduating from high school is just a few days away. The reunion, which was scheduled, has been postponed due to COVID 19, which in some ways I'm okay with. Alas, it will probably be held next year. That being said, I was reminded in reviewing some old photographs and high school yearbooks, if any of you have those still kicking around in your world, that I was the class clown when I graduated high school. I couldn't believe it. I was? Me, the serious minister, a class clown? And then I started pondering, well, laughter has been a major part of my childhood, as well as a major part of my life as an adult. Even though we like to think that we have serious conversations from time to time, laughter has always been a part of my journey and so many others. When was the last time that you had one of those bend over with pain so strong in your stomach because you're laughing and cannot stop? When was the last time you had one of those kind of belly laughs? I would suggest we don't have them enough. And with all this going on now, I think about laughter as well as joy and tears and smiles and the need to just express our emotions. Some of us are concerned because we don't know for sure when church starts, when we resume to worship together, even though church continues as it always has. So sometimes emotions can come up because we just don't know what's going on, and if you're anything like me, you want to know what's going to happen so you can predict and plan. That's just my personality type. So that too can cause emotions. So when I came across an article written by one of my favorite authors these days, Melody Beattie, on this whole issue of opening our heart through our emotions, I thought that it would be a good piece for me to read for you today. So, again, as I usually do when I read, I invite you to just settle in, close your eyes if you wish, focus on the words. Watching me read probably will be kind of boring, but I do invite you to listen to what she has to say because I do think it's helpful for me as well as you, for all of us in community together. The title of this piece is Open Your Heart. I read. She laughed so much she made me giggle. Do you laugh and smile all the time? I asked the woman. Are you this happy every day? My heart is open and healed, she replied. I laugh a lot, but I cry a lot too. An open heart feels all it needs to feel. Cry when it hurts. At the end of your tears, you will see more clearly. Tears clear our eyes and our heart. Cry whenever you need to. Laughter often as you can. Laugh with friends. Laugh out loud. The discoveries, the growth, the insights, the closeness, the sharing, the learning don't have to be so serious, somber events. Truth is discovered most often in laughter. Bonds are formed. Love becomes unveiled. Cry a lot. Laugh a lot. Let life reveal its mysteries to you. Let love find you, course through you, touch all you meet through your laughter and through your tears. The fortunate person is not the one who wins the lottery. That's luck. We find fortune when we open our hearts and learn the secret of life. Laughter and tears are the signs of an open heart. Parting thought this morning would just be a reminder to take inventory about how we're feeling in this moment. How am I feeling with all that's going on around me? How am I feeling with living day in, day out with the unknown? How am I doing with accepting that hard middle of the road place, that gray, misty area? And I invite you to feel it. Remember the divine love and presence is there. Remember community is a phone call away. We're in it together. We'll get through it together, one day at a time. So remember, take a moment. When you think of me, laugh. I'll think of you.